Crack is whack, but crack is the boss. But I'm not here to talk about crack. I was just trying to get your attention. So we need to go back to basics, because people still don't understand what the strawman actually is. The strawman isn't a conspiracy or a meme. It is the mechanism by which everything was inverted. When you were born, you were registered. A legal fiction was registered. An all-caps entity, a corporate person, a dead thing. That birth certificate that you hold is not proof of life. It is a bond, a financial instrument that is traded and leveraged on the stock markets to underwrite government debt. We are the stock. We are the surety. That is the reality. By right, we are the beneficiaries of the land, the soil and the mineral rights, under Christ, under the Creator. That is the true trust. But it was inverted. They placed themselves as beneficiaries and turned us into trustees, carrying all the duties and liabilities whilst they extract the value. That inversion is the apex fraud. Look at the language. Government literally means control of the mind, from the Latin governare, to control, mens the mind. Incorporation contains the word corpse. A corporation is a dead entity. A person is a mask. The capitis diminutio maxima, the loss of status. This is how the living are reduced into paper entities. Look at that all caps name of yours on your statements of account, because you never see a true bill, because a true bill can be discharged by a creditor and a beneficiary. Go figure. Judges do not deliver justice. A judge passes a sentence. A sentence is a grammatical term. It is a spell. Jurisdiction itself tells you the trick. Juris means law. Diction means words. Law made of words, or legislation, acts, statutes. An act is a great piece of theatre. A statue, from the Greek statute, a dead lifeless thing. And this is how they reduce the living to a dead entity on paper. Solicitors solicit, they prostitute. Attorney to attorn, to steal from one and give to another. The language tells you exactly what's happening. You were just never taught how to read it. When you give up your power of attorney to a member of the Bar Society, you declare yourself a lunatic and an imbecile before the court. It's not even a true court, so let's, not a public court. So now let's look at the Local Government Act 1888. Bear with me, and I'm going to quote it exactly. Under incorporation of the county council and or governments, which all your governments now are incorporated, and councils, all duties and liabilities of the inhabitants of a county shall become and be duties and liabilities of the council of such county. Now, that's not some innocent admin update. That is the mechanism. Liability management. Word magic on paper. The inhabitants, us, living men and women of the soil, being converted fraudulently into obligations carried and processed by a corporate body. What we now live under are statutes and regulations, not law. Statutes can be repealed, law cannot. Statute comes from the Greek root meaning something lifeless, as we have said. So this is what we live and operate under. Look at the structure. So we've got the City of London, Vatican City and Washington DC. 3 city-states, separate jurisdictions. 1 trust structure. Separate administrative zones operating outside the nations from which they sit in. All the realms of the land. A state is a fiction. A state is a construct. It isn't the land itself. We no longer have a king ruling the people. We have a head of state, and a state is a condition in a contract. That charge, or that change, was recorded in the London Gazette. They tell us, just because we don't know how to look and we don't understand the language well, that's our ignorance, and ignorance is no defence of the law. So under constitutional law, we know that foreign nationals cannot hold office. That alone should make you stop and think. We have a German royal family. The last royal family that we had on this land, these green and fine lands of Albion, were the Pendragons. Go do your history. Birth certificates fund government debt, human traffic, child trafficking, drugs, wars, and everything is commerce, processing, consumption, charges, business centres. You're not in law, you're in trade. Look at the Wizard of Oz. The straw man gets a certificate instead of a brain. The Tin Man works himself to death. Tin, tax, identification, number. There is no lawful obligation to pay tax in this country. It was always voluntary. They simply never explained that part, and they removed it off the forms. So take our infrastructure, roads, bridges, land. The people built them. The mineral rights belong to us, yet we are charged to use what we already own. Because the system treats us as debtors instead of beneficiaries. This entire structure operates in the minds of men. Confidence, faith and belief through words, through contracts you never knowingly agreed to, through silence treated as consent. Rome never left. It changed clothes. And once you see that you are the asset, the bond, the collateral, the energy source, you finally understand why nothing improves the system, because it was never built for you. But it's time to take it back. Follow Carly for more tips on how to survive Coin World.